Hello there, valued taxpayers, and welcome back to another episode of Age of Wonders 4. In this series, we've got Steve from accounting at the IRS making his way across the land. Seems to have found himself caught in the middle of a giant war between two groups of dragons. I'm going to be carrying on from where we left off in the last episode, with Steve's army kind of recovering after taking out that silver-tongued fruit. They had to back off. That was a decently tough battle. On the next turn, they will be moving forward again with intentions. Our sights set on Grimerise over here. I really, really want to capture that city as soon as possible. My economy is stalling out. My army has gotten quite big. Most of our income is coming from fighting things at this point because of all the bonuses that I am getting from that. Before we get into it, though, let's go through your feedback for this episode. First one comes from Ball and Stalin. From Scorched Sand, can be used on neutral territory. Could have built this farm right away. So if we look down here, in the last episode, I incorporated this into my territory and had to build a hut on it because it was volcanic. The farm, I had to transfer the hut to become a farm afterwards, which was not counting towards the number of farms that I had in Washington, D.C. Huts don't count as farms, so it wasn't counting for the purposes of boosting production of buildings that I wanted to build. Importantly, as was pointed out to me, this Scorched Sand spell, or whatever it is, where am I looking at here? Scorch the Land, right here. This can be cast on neutral territories as well, which is something that I was not thinking, wasn't considering. So yes, I should probably do that before expanding somewhere, especially if I want to build a farm on the province. So yes, I will keep that in mind moving forward. Thank you for that. From Emil Soderman and Aniran, I'm forgetting to use Steve's free action mark ability. It's one I picked up for him with a hero upgrade. But if you look here, he's got Mark Target. It's a free action. He can do it once every 2 turns. And I need to absolutely make sure that I'm taking advantage of all the abilities that I have. So, yes, good call on that. I will try to be better about doing that moving forward. From N. Spalding 07, a couple of tome recommendations for my build. The two tomes actually in the Astral Affinity tree that I think would be really, really good choices. I agree for pickups. Tome of Scrying probably being one that I will get pretty soon. I also, of course, as I mentioned at the beginning of my series, have my Ohm on the Tie of Mayhem. Have my eye on the Tome of Mayhem for Summon Gremlins, which are very good for this build. But also, Tome of Scrying is a great choice for 3 reasons, actually. The most obvious is guided projectiles, allowing my musketmen to not have any line of sight penalties from units being in the way. Just clears up their line of sight quite a bit, allows for more reliable shots. That's always good. Mental Mark is an AoE mark that inflicts 2 stacks of marked, which is very good. It's also relatively cheap to cast at only 20 casting points, 15 mana. And then Watchers actually have methods of marking and stunning targets too. Don't know if I will use as many of them. I think with Mental Mark plus all the things that I already have going for me, I have quite a few ways to mark targets. But it might be worth to have 1 or 2 around, so we'll be keeping that in mind. Also, the Tome of Amplification, which is up here in the Tier 3 tomes. It'll be a bit before I can get to this. But really interesting thing about this that I did not realize, for one thing, Astro Blood is kind of good because it increases critical hit chance when spells are cast. Critical hits on those muskets are just devastating. But something really cool that I did not know, this Amplified Arrows... this is a bonus to physical ranged attacks of skirmishers and ranged units. Technically speaking, my cannons count as a range unit. So not only does this do an extra, well, it does do extra lightning damage, which is nice, but 30% of the damage is converted to another target or spread to other targets within, or one other target within 3 hexes. What's really cool about this is that if you pair this with the cannons can technically hit 3 units in like 1 shot if they line up right. That 30% damage gets splashed to 3 other units because it's hitting 3 units. On top of that, the cannons also break guard of the units that they hit. I have not tested this, but what I was told by Emil Soderman and Anirin, or one of the two at least, was that this would splash that guard break also onto the other units. So a cannon could hit up to 3 units, but spread both some of the damage and the guard rate, or guard break, to 3 other enemy units if they're standing close enough. Basically, it just turns cannons into a much, much more powerful option. So yes, I think this is a great choice. I would love to see how Amplified Arrows pairs with those cannons. I think that would be a lot of fun. I've got other tomes of my own that I've kind of got, that I was kind of thinking about. One of them that I kind of wanted was the tome of the Glades, to get the Glade Runners, so that would they have trackers marks, so they can also inflict multiple stacks of marks on targets, as well as summoning defense. I think, depending on how many units I can afford to keep up, I might come to this one later, but I think the other two are probably more important, so I think we'll grab those first. From Correa Reyes and Stewart Games, consider whether the Silver Tongue fruit near Steve merits its own outpost and city, or should be annexed. I think I'm leaning towards annexing this Silver Tongue fruit to Grimerise, but there was a discussion in the comments about whether it would be better to just build another city for it. I think that Grimerise can reach it easily enough, or Grimerise can reach it easily enough, that I would rather just do that. But it was, I think, a good thing to suggest. However, there is something nearby I'm probably going to want to use from Tubalcane 42, or no, I'm sorry, this is from 228 Zip. I can heal my armies in the borders of the Temple of the Tome if I can clear this. If I can take this out, this technically becomes my territory, and it's already desert, so my armies could heal in the borders of that city and use it as a staging ground against Grimerise. I think that is probably what I'm going to do in this episode. We're going to see if we can take that. It's a Silver Ancient Wonder, so it should be a bit tougher than what I was fighting down here, but I also have a bit better and higher promoted units at this point. And then finally, from Tubalcane 422, research accumulated when research project is not selected does seem to carry over. So if you forget to select research up here after finishing one, Tubalcane checked, went through my last episode and looked at it and said that it did seem to lower the cost of the next research. So the research, in theory, does pile up even though if you don't have anything selected, which is good to know because I've done that more than a few times in this game. We're going to have everybody wait on this turn. Steve's army can wait, and these guys can wait. We're going to we'll keep exploring underground. I'm thinking I might run into the dragon. I'm hoping that I don't, but it's possible I could run into the dragons down here. If they are down here, I definitely want to know about it. But I'm not seeing. You can kind of use the fog to see the layout of the caves in the map, and I'm not seeing anything other than. Let's see. There's a infestation up there. I'm not seeing anything else down here unless they come across the water, so I might be okay. But they will do that. I've seen the AI try to sneak up on me plenty of times coming from under the water, so it's not out of the question. Or from underground across the water, so it's not out of the question. I'm sorry, I can barely talk today. I don't think I slept very well last night. We're going to go to the next turn. I think we're ready, and I don't have any spells to cast. Oh yes, there is one thing I want to change. This farm, I'm going to start turning into a quarry. I'm going to actually build a group of quarries over here. These are going to be good spots for farms in the future. I need to grab that one or this one. It doesn't really matter. But these tiles can only have huts on them, which means they can basically only have farms on them. So I may as well put farms down there, put quarries on other things. This city is going to be able to grow in 3 turns, and it takes 3 turns to swap production. So I'm going to switch this to a quarry, or start it switching now. It will count as a farm for the next few turns. But then when my city's borders can expand again, I'm going to grab this tile and start working my way down towards the layer of silk. So I'll get this one, and then I'll probably swap another farm, and we'll just do it that way. So I'll be growing with farms. And then I can also use Scorch the Land, like I was talking about earlier, to turn that into desert before I get it rather than after. Alright, let's end the turn, see what comes next. Another thing I really want to do is, hopefully by attacking the city-state, I can get a decent amount of war spoils. I'm sure I'll have plenty in the long run once I start fighting the dragons, but for now, the only way I can really get those is by beating up on my neighbors. Let's have Steve... Okay, so I know Steve's army is going to be the ones going into that temple, but I might mix up who's with him. I guess it doesn't really matter where they go right now. We'll just move them forward as far as I can. Oops, don't need to do any of that right now. We'll just kind of move everybody up. And then I do have this overseer guy here. He's probably going to need to be in whatever group goes into Temple of the Tome, because he's like one of the few healing options I have. Although I did give Steve the big AoE healing, so maybe he might not be as necessary as what I was thinking. It depends on what's in there. So it's going to determine whether or not I have to bring in a healer or decide to go with more firepower. Let's see. So I'm still trying to be careful about where I explore because I don't want all the dragons to see me yet, although it may not really matter that much because the two that are closest to me can already see me. I'm going to have this guy go back over here and see what's in this little kind of domain back in here, because I was thinking that I wanted to get a city built. Oh, no, wait, I was thinking about putting a city more down here in the corner behind me. But there may be a decent spot for another one somewhere in here that could kind of fill in these two valleys. We'll have to see. Alright, nothing more over there, and although it's a flying unit, it can't cross water. The rules about that are a little weird in this game. I probably could go ahead and do Scorch the Land now, but let's hold off on that for one more turn. I can always do it on the turn that the borders expand too, so I don't really have to do it now. I'd rather hang on to the mana in case I need it for the upcoming fight. Not really anything else going on this turn. We're slowly working on that bathhouse, and I'm trying to let my money build up a little bit more. I can make dragoons now, and I definitely want to get some of those out, but I'm having trouble with the finances. So let me take another look, because I did just unlock these guys. It might be worth building one, just so I have a good, powerful tier 3 to bring along with me. And now I have enough money to do it. Yeah, I'm going to grab one. Dragoons are just too good to pass up on. Alright, let's see who needs to go in here. Hopefully I can handle this. I'm going to bring in more firepower, I think. Because we are talking about a silver level wonder, and Steve does have some healing. And I'll form his army, and then if I don't like what I see in there, I'll pull him back and switch something else in. I am going to want gold rank units if I can. The highest quality I can muster at the moment. Probably might be worth bringing one infantry unit, one merc in with me. It's also worth knowing that the Houndmasters also bring the extra dogs with them. So I probably, just to get the edge on numbers, I'll rely a bit more on Houndmasters. We'll have the one gold rank musket. Steve's also a musket, so that's a good amount of firepower there. And yeah, I think probably at least one melee unit to get in the way of stuff. I mean, I have the hounds to block things too, but maybe one of these guys. And then if I don't like what I see in here, this is going to make the city-state mad. I do not care about that. Scrolls of Terror. Stop this ritual. Oh, it's one of those timed ones. Okay, in the past I haven't found these to be too terribly difficult. Should be interesting, though. Could spend the money to delay the ritual, but... I'm gonna take the chance on it. If I lose some units... This doesn't look terrible. If I lose some units... I think they get a Balor if I don't close this thing down in time. If I don't finish the battle in time. If I lose some units, though, it's not the end of the world, because I can replace, particularly the Houndmasters, I wouldn't mind replacing them with Dragoons, which function very similarly for combat, aside from not bringing in the dogs with them. So I've got 5 turns to finish this battle. I need to make this quick. Otherwise, I'm going to have to fight a tier 5, which I honestly could probably manage. Let's see, they got 2 Chaos Eaters, which are tier 4s, but I don't think they're a particularly good tier 4 in most circumstances. Alright, how about you guys? The Gremlins are going to be a pain. Alright, let's get the Hounds in front. I want to get the fight started ASAP. So I'm just going to kind of charge the Hounds forward to get them in the thick of things. Hopefully draw some enemy fire and get them to charge out at me. Particularly that Knight. If I could get that Knight to charge down, lure him into charging down that Hound, that would be really nice. We'll have these guys take front and center. I do not care if they get themselves killed in this fight. Taking the territory is more important to me. And then I probably want, let's see, we'll have more Hounds on this side. Keep these guys more on the flanks and behind cover. And have this guy maybe be right behind the Hound there. And basically the goal is just to get them to head my direction. Okay, good, he missed. And he went charging into a pikeman. I kind of expected him to go after the Hound because he could have actually killed it. Alright, this is good though. We've got them to they've let down their guard. I can now open fire, and I need to remember to use Steve's Mark before I shoot this time. We're not going to forget. What is the biggest threat here? Not the Pursuer, maybe not even the Knight. It might be the Chaos Eaters, because they now have, yeah, I think it's probably the Chaos Eaters. Particularly that one right there, I think. This one doesn't have quite as good of chances to hit anything, but this one can hit plenty. And they do quite a bit of damage. The Knight isn't really going to do a lot since he's already up in my face. Okay. What I think I'm going to do is try to get these guys around behind the Gremlins and start cutting a way through. The Gremlins are kind of in the way. They're also fairly weak. Okay, I'm not really happy with where it put them, but that's okay. What I'm thinking I might do is mark that Chaos Eater and try to kill it, and I may even use Designate Target to make sure it's distracted so I'm doing as much damage as possible. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Try to get one of these guys out of the battle as soon as possible. He's now distracted. I could... Ooh, hang on. I could almost kill those Gremlins. Can I kill this guy? Not quite, but I can if I mark him with Steve, so we're gonna do that. Okay, now I should be able to kill him. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. So he's down. I kind of want those Gremlins just out of this fight, so I'm gonna... So I think I can pretty easily get them. I might have actually been able to get a better angle on them. I want this Hound to... I think I want the Hound to go after the Archer there. Just to get in his face. My Houndmaster here can kill the Gremlin. Yeah. I wouldn't mind taking this guy down a notch in terms of his damage output, but I think getting the ranged units off of me is a little more important. Plus, with the Hounds being up in the middle of everything, they're probably going to take the majority of the punishment. On that note, I want to get this Hound out and around, and probably behind the Archer and next to... Yeah, I can actually just kill the Archer, and that forces this guy to do something. That forces them to do something about the Hound. I can also use Drive Back to pin this guy in between 3 units instead of just the 2. Which I think actually that's a pretty good use of this, aside from the fact that he's going to do a very nasty retaliation hit. I think we'll leave him. I think we'll leave him on defense. I'll just take the flank shot. That takes out one of his units. And I think that's it. I don't think they... Okay, they got the Merc. That's alright. I was hoping they would go after the Hounds a little more. But sacrificing a Merc to get a silver gold wonder unlocked is... I'm okay with that. That is, I think, the first unit I've lost in this series, though. Alright, we're gonna go around and get behind this thing just to mark it once. These guys aren't quite as scary. I think, yeah, the Hound Masters can just straight up kill them. Okay, just get them out of the way. I should be able to take this guy out on this turn. Is he low enough that I can do it? I think it's going to take the two big guys, two heavy hitters. I don't know. Steve might be able to kill that with... It's 26 damage from them. Steve would do 36. He has 60 health. Yeah, that would be enough. Although these guys can't actually hit. Oh, they have a decent enough shot. Okay. You know, I'll take those odds. Because if they miss and hit a friendly, they're just going to hit the Hound. Okay, is those guys the only ones left? Okay, no, but the Hound can hit this thing and mark it. It'll make their shot a little more likely. There we go. Yeah, he literally had to fight the Hounds. He couldn't move anywhere else. Okay, and with 2 turns left, we'll finish this fight off before they have a chance to summon that Balor. Not a bad outcome. I'll take it. What do we want? The knowledge contained. Ooh, 227 knowledge. Or I could get a dire penguin. Scroll to summon and control a unit of true evil origin. I have a history with dire penguins. If any of you guys saw my Age of Wonders series with both Jake and Dan, it was a very long one. I had dire penguin problems. That's from years ago, so only people who have been around on my channel for a while are going to remember that. Well, I don't need a dire penguin. I would rather have the research. I think a big chunk of research. Yeah, that's almost 4 turns of research. I'm going to take that. And now I can move on to another tome. As we were discussing, Tome of Scrying and Tome of Mayhem. These are the 2 that are both highest on my list of priorities. And I don't really know which one I want first. Those gremlins would be great. But I don't know that I have the magic upkeep to support, or the gold. I think they take magic because they're summoned, but I don't know that I have the upkeep to support them regardless of which I choose, so might get the Tome of Scrying, even though Guided Projectiles is still going to cost mana upkeep. Both are good. I think Mental Mark might be the game changer here. Plus, there's some stuff from earlier tomes that I kind of still want right now, whereas the Tome of Mayhem, the only thing I really want out of it that badly is the Gremlins. So we'll wait on the Gremlins. I think I want to get that Guided Projectiles and Mental Mark available to me first. I'm going to select this.
Awaken your mind's
Alright,
eye to gaze beyond the physical realm.
Yeah, I want Guided Projectiles, so we'll get that researching. I did get Sundering Blades, which I do want to cast, but it's not super important right now. It can probably wait, because I kind of need mana for other things, and I'm only making 20 per turn. Can I build something in my city that would give me more mana? This would help some. The Monolith requires a conduit. I need a conduit here. That's a good point. You know, I might build one where that farm is. Yeah, I'm gonna start that process now. Because I don't really need... I think I've already built the mint, didn't I? Forget where I can see what unit or what buildings are already in here. There we go. Hey, yeah, I've already got the mint, which takes... Oh wait, that requires a mine. What is it that requires the farms? Estate hall. I already built the estate hall. I thought that required 3 farms, not 2. Or I'm getting it confused with something else. Oh no, it requires 2 farms, not boosted by 2. It requires 2. Okay. But I do already have it. I think that one requires 3 foresters. The market... Yeah, I think I'm good to switch this to a conduit, because I'm going to be building more farms as the city expands. And I think it does expand. Yeah, it's on the next turn. But I really do need that conduit. Alright, we'll take that. And now that I control this territory, Steve's army can kind of park in here, and I can use it to stage future attacks against Grimerise, which I will probably declare war on the next turn. I am going to drop one of these guys out of Steve's army and add a healer dude in there. Alright. What does this do? 2 knowledge per research post in city domain. And counts as a conduit. I'll be annexing that to Grimerise as soon as I can. On the next turn, I believe we will declare war and initiate the siege. In fact, I might declare war now, because it may get them to send stuff out after me. And my army's in good enough shape to fight them off, so... Should I scout ahead a bit, maybe? You know what? We'll just get this started now. Alright, we'll see if they send anything out after me. I would rather be fighting in territory that's not hostile. Okay, we've already done that. Check all this off and continue sending this scout to the east. Once I get Grimerise, I can get another hero, and honestly, I might just stick him on horseback and have him put down another city somewhere. Although the problem is that wherever I move, I'm going to need to clear territory as well. Oh, Steve leveled up again. All right. Do still want killing momentum for him. It would be nice. And martial expertise is always good. He's also got all these other options for his own army. This would be good if I paired him with a lot of tier 1s, if I made more mercenaries. I'm not going to get that right now. I think for now, since I'm using Steve so heavily in combat, I'm going to probably get him... No, I don't know. I think defensive training is probably better. It'll help with clearing wonders, because I can only send 1 army in at a time. Strength training is also good. Actually, strength training is even better because it would give bonus damage to any mage locks that I pair with them. Yeah, you know what? More firepower is always good. Steve's already doing a good amount of damage, so we'll buff up the mage locks a little. Okay, I'm pretty confident that I've got the numbers I need to make this work. Since I gave Steve a damage bonus, let's see, Internal Revenue Service. This is my other weird, like, extra mage lock. I want more mage locks with Steve and less... Like, the Overseer doesn't really need to be in his army because he won't benefit as much from the bonus damage. So we're going to drop the Overseer from Steve's army and add another mage lock to it. And then move up and siege the city. They're being weird and going around the mine again. Don't need them to do that. Hello, Grimerise. Who are you? Are they going to attack me or Grimerise? I think I'll be ready for them either way, but... kind of coming out of nowhere. Alright, you know what? This is fine. Set up kind of like this. I think I'm good with that. Alright. Begin the siege. And do I want any siege projects? Probably not. I did get a good amount of gold from clearing that wonder, though. So I could do that, but it's going to be 2 turns until the breach anyway. I don't think I'm going to spend money on this. This just looks fun, but I'm not going to do it right now. Alright, hopefully these guys are going after them, not me. I don't really want to deal with 2 armies at once here. Yeah, there's another infestation over here. Alright. Well, at least this guy determined that I should probably explore and see where that road over there goes. But he more or less determined that there's no dragons underground near me. Okay, Washington, D.C. can annex another province. Let's do this correctly. Oh, crap. I did need to start that early because I have 55 casting points, not 60. Alright, it's fine. We'll just wait a turn for it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, because I want to make that a farm. I don't want to take the time to wait for a hut to turn into a farm. So we'll just wait a turn on it. I don't think it is the end of the world, because I still have 2 farms to hurry the bathhouse. Alright, let's see what happens here. Please don't fight me, please fight them. Oh, here comes their counterattack. A risky battle. Yeah, they got a respectable amount of tier 3s up there. But I think the game isn't taking into account that I'm getting 5 extra units from all these Hound Masters. We're going to do auto and see how it does. Not terrible, but I think I can do better. Let's retry. I'm sorry, but you guys are just kind of in the way between me and everything else that I want. Alright, so we just need to form a good line, really. Main thing is these guys up here are going to be by far the most powerful striking force, but I've got enough guns that I think I can mow them down if they come at me in anything other than a very well organized charge. So basically just got to get the dogs up front. Keep these guys more on the flanks like I usually do. Let's make a path through for them. And I want to try to spread out and kind of use that rock to my advantage. Fortunately, all my pikes are kind of really far away from those horses, which is what they need to be fighting. Maybe I shouldn't group them up quite like this. Not a good spawn. I can maybe immobilize them with these Harriers, so I'm going to send them up that way more. And leave one last Houndmaster down there, okay. Okay, I'm not really sure what they're planning here, but it looks like they're lining up to try to get at the dogs. But they can't reach... Yeah, they can only reach the dogs. They can't reach any of my units, so I'm going to pull the dogs back for a minute. Try to leave... See what's a good pathway for them to get through. Probably the horse. Let's do that. We'll just kind of move the dogs into the line. Like this. See if I can trick them into doing something dumb. In the meantime, if they're going to delay their charge, I'm going to keep moving these pikes over to this side of the battlefield as quickly as I can. Although I don't want to leave this side entirely underexposed. I'll leave one over here. They can't actually hit me with anything. Alright, let's see if they are aggressive. What just happened? Did I just get hit by one of these and not notice it? Two turns a marker is placed. After one turn, the ground will erupt and units within will take physical damage, fire damage. No, I didn't get hit by one of those. I think that was just a spell. Not a great spell for me. It weakened me. That is not what I want. But they did move into my range. Which means I'm going to send these hounds out. Cancel their retaliation. And mark them. And start opening fire. I can also possibly immobilize them. That I can't say with any certainty, but... Okay, well I got that one, so the only thing he can do is attack the dog on this turn. So he's pretty much dead, because I can just flank him with these guys. He'll attack the dog, but he can't do anything else, and he won't even kill the dog. So if I can maybe immobilize this guy too, that'd be really good. Okay, didn't get the immobilize on him, but that's okay. I think I can just take him out. Yeah, these guys can just shoot. I don't really need to take that shot. I think I would rather move them forward and mark something. This guy could hurt some stuff if I don't do something about it. I think what I might do, Steve can take a step and still shoot if he needs to. I think I'm going to send one hound out. Oh, this is going to land danger close to my guys. I'm going to send one hound out to break this guy's guard and mark him. That gets me up to a 45. If I do designate target, I can get a couple more stacks of marked on him and maybe get a good, powerful shot. It's 2 stacks of marked. 65%. If I can bump it up a little more, I probably should, and I think I will. So we'll sacrifice another hound to the cause. 75%. I'll take that. Alright, that takes the scary charge units pretty much out of the picture. There is one more over here that I'm going to have to deal with. I might actually back this group off, see if I can lure him into going after the pikemen, possibly. So I don't know that I can get enough stacks of marked on him to really be that useful. I could move the Harriers up and try to immobilize him, but with that, he's got enough other stuff coming behind him that I don't think I want to do that. I think I would rather lure that side to come to me if I can. So yeah, we'll leave the pikes right there. And I guess we could leave the dogs right here. Technically speaking, he could go for the dogs, but then the pikes would be in a good position to counterattack if he does. So however that works out is okay with me. And then I have the Harriers on standby to immobilize. And I'll probably move these guys up and mark something. So I think they can do that from out of the target's range now. Yeah, I should be able to... no, the mark take aim still only has a range of 5. So I would have to move in the enemy's range to be able to do that. Steve could take a step forward and take a shot at those guys, but I don't think his odds of hitting would make it worth it. Although, they are going to take a hit if I don't do something. Maybe I could put the pikes up front. Do something like this. Matter of fact, I could do this. And technically, they could go after them, but they'd be more or less... If I put these guys here, well, then they would just go down. You know what? That's fine. They could technically go after this guy, but I would kill them so quickly that it almost wouldn't matter. Alright, I think I like this setup. They'll probably spend most of their time killing the dogs. Because that's just the low-hanging fruit. Would love to not be getting hit by those debuffs, though. Fortunately, I can kind of counter weakened with the focused aggression a little bit. Oh, the battlefield's becoming a real mess. Oh, they left this guy completely unguarded. I wonder if I could take this guy out with these units. No, the dog can't quite get him. Okay, we'll use the Houndmaster for that. And just run this dog around behind and see if he can cause trouble for any of those squishier units in the back. Okay, pursuers are nearby, but not too scary. This is where I could really use guided projectiles, because I would have like a much better chance to hit those guys. I'm gonna have to take this one out with range attacks. That one I can kill easily enough with the pikemen, which is probably what I'll use them for. I believe this would be a flank if I move here. Yeah, let's get that. And I'll just keep marking the target. Still can't quite one-shot him. But, you know what? I could two-shot him, and that's probably good enough in this circumstance. Oh, Steve can still mark something too. Let's make sure I do that. Let's mark that guy right there. And then Steve can finish that one off. They can finish that one off. Oh, I meant to use... it's okay. I meant to use the pikeman to kill the horse, but that's all right. We can work with this. Let me take the south side here and focus on this for a minute, because there's still a lot going on down here that I need to deal with. They just have so much stuff. Probably still want to primarily be using designate target, but there may come a point where immobilizing a group is a little bit better. Okay, I gotta be careful with those spiders because I want to evolve them. Multiple shock troops. Their horse is still way in the back, which is a little odd. I was expecting him to charge on the last turn. He must have killed one of the dogs. Speaking of the dogs, I can continue to use them as a bit of a distraction for a couple more turns. Probably gonna have them go hit those guys Very close to being able to kill them, but not quite. Got a decent chance to hit them, and they can mark them for additional damage. I kind of want these guys up here to deal with the archers, though. So I just wish I could finish them off with this group here. One more stack of marked would do the trick. I was thinking I might have these guys heal somebody. Steve is potentially in a little bit of trouble, especially if that guy charges in without me being able to kill the archers. So that's something I need to watch out for. This guy could come mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think he should be able to reach. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, have him drop a mark. That'll increase this guy's likelihood to hit. Still not quite enough to finish him off, though. I think I'm going to take the shot anyway. I want this guy to run down here, and I'm going to try to immobilize this unit just so he stays in place. That's a 90% immobilize. It's usually pretty high against tier 1s. So I at least don't need to worry about him for a turn. Probably should take him out with the Houndmaster. I was hoping to use the Houndmaster for something else, but it's probably the best option. I'm going to need to keep those guys off of me for a little bit longer. Alright, let's go ahead and take that shot. If anything, I'm damaging their morale, so I'm okay with that. Now I want to do some damage to those archers. This guy I'm going to leave here, so that if this person tries to come through, he's going to take a hit from my mercs there. And the spider, I don't really want to run out just yet. Yeah, I think the spider's okay where he's at. And now I need to deal with these archers in the middle. I didn't actually use a spell yet. Those archers can't actually hit anything. I think in this case suppressing barrage might be a little better, because maybe I could get lucky and prevent one of them from moving. If I get really lucky, I'd prevent the knight from moving. Let's see how close I can come to killing these archers, and then we'll decide from there, I guess. Say I can kill one. The other one I can't really hit very well at all. I guess he can hit him. Okay, we can make the archers pretty much a non-issue. They're not going to do much damage to anything, and Steve is safe behind other units. So, yeah, they're not really scary anymore. I do still have that hound that can get around behind things. He could hit them for a flank, but I think I would rather... Yeah, he can run through a couple turns of fire just to keep that unit off of me. He might even distract the knight for an extra turn. It's possible. Who else do I have? The spider, we're leaving where he's at right now. These guys could come in and deal with the archer, but the spearman could come stab them. I might have these guys just stand here on defense and block. Oh, I didn't need to put them on defense. I could have... Yeah, I could have been more aggressive there, but it doesn't really matter. The archer can't move regardless. Okay, I think I'm going to use suppressing barrage right here. Okay, I did immobilize one of the archers, which takes him out of this coming turn. He's quite determined to... Oh, there goes another mercenary. Those knights seem quite determined to charge right into my pikes, which I guess is fine. I can replace those pikes easily enough. Alright. Can have more dogs come in to just continue to be a massive nuisance. Okay, what can I do now? I kind of want to get these guys through and maybe, yeah, if they can get here, that should open them up for some decent flank attacks on stuff. Yeah, I want to start whittling down some of these melee units to make it easier for my ranged attackers to finish them off, because a lot of my range attackers wound up getting some pretty nasty damage debuffs. Actually, this guy needs to go first. That guy needs to absolutely go first. He's clogging up a bunch of range units. Let's do this to give him a stack of marked. So my other unit's better odds of hitting him. I'll take that. And then I need to do something about that knight. Probably going to distract him. Yeah, I'm gonna distract. Oh wait, no, I'm out of. Don't have enough casting points. Okay, we're all out. I could try to immobilize him again. That might not be a bad idea. If I back these guys off. Okay, marked and immobilized, so he's useless for the next turn. Which means I'm gonna get rid of the pikemen, and if I can, maybe those archers. You know what? Steve might just drop a heal on my group. They could kind of use it. That group right in there. I'd be okay with that. Okay, there's still kind of a lot of crap down here. Wish I had another dog to break this guy's guard or cancel his retaliations. You know what? This is a decent enough trade. I'll do that. I'll do that. Oh, they had lifesteal. Again, just barely not enough to finish him off. If I charged these guys and pushed them back, I could maybe get... That's a 50% chance on him. You know what? I'm going to take this shot. Alright. That's fine. I don't think it changes anything. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is do the pushback thing on that pike, and that'll leave this guy kind of guarding. Yeah, it leaves him kind of guarding that battle mage unit at the same time. And then I think I want the spider to kind of get in closer now. I'm sort of worried about that archer killing the spider, though. I don't want to lose the spider. I could kill the archer. Can't kill both archers, but I could kill these archers. And just kind of get them out of the way. These ones aren't really threatening anything, though. I think actually better solution might be to have these guys come down here and just generally help at this bottom side. Nah, I think I'd rather just take one group of archers out entirely. I don't think I'm in too much danger. I might lose that mercenary, but otherwise I think I'm okay here. I am going to move this spider up a bit, but I'll keep him kind of in the bushes nearby this thing, and then maybe on the next turn he can help out more substantially. And I'll move you around. I might need that immobilization on the next turn. Oh yeah, I still got these guys. Okay, we can completely take those pikes out of commission. I'll do that. And I'm good with them where they're at. Okay, there's a couple units I might lose here. It's possible. But that top side I should be okay. The archers help with the pikes. No, the archers went north. Okay. Oh, incoming. I kind of like this. These volcanic effects. They're sort of cool. It adds an interesting layer to the combat that I just think is kind of fun. All right, why don't you go here? Can you still do the same thing from that tile? No, you can't. Blocked by the rock. Okay, then I want to undo that. If I can keep this guy immobilized for just one more turn. Okay, good. Then I can focus on everything else around him and then take him on the final turn. I would like to get these guys out of harm's way, although they do have some healing, so they'll probably be alright. I'm still going to try to get them out of here if I can. There's not really a lot of places I can move them. No. I can do this. Okay, then I can get them up, over, and out. There we go. Okay, that gets him off my back. Actually, I could have just healed them with this guy. I think, though I may, you know, that guy's immobilized, right? I might be able to subdue that knight if I do this correctly. Let me take care of things down here, because I think this is where things are currently a little dicey. I've got that center area pretty much covered. I think he has marked ready. Yeah, but he's in enemy zone of control. I'm going to try to get rid of this thing. And I can do that by flanking him. Still just want to stay outside of the area where that's going to fall. I'm going to hold off on you guys for now. How can I do this? I need just a little bit more damage on this thing. That's kind of like the story of this. Well, I could do it this way. I could just try to see if I get a lucky shot. Okay, I got it. Yeah, this gives me a lot more flexibility here. That guy, I would love to take down a notch. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'll mark him. Immobilize him. Now, if only I could get a unit over to him without standing the spider in the middle of where there's rocks gonna come crashing down in a turn. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not really anything I can do about that guy down there, is there? Unless I bring, you know, another friend down to help. which I could do. Yeah, I'm gonna take you down here. I really want to get the spider onto that tile right there, so it prevents this guy from doing anything. I think I can do it with a, yeah, I can get it with this guy. Okay, that works. Okay, that basically solves all my problems down here. It also frees up this guy to help surround him. Okay. Now, I just need to blast my way through all this. Easy enough. My gosh. Okay, I want to make sure that this subdue has to be done within 3 spaces, okay? So I can move him here to do it. Got it. All right. And then Steve can finish off that guy. Actually, Steve can take a step. May as well use a sprint now to get a slightly better, yeah, 100% chance of hitting. There we go. And yeah, you're all that's left, pal. Spider food. Not bad. I think I lost a merc in there, but I got the Dark Knight out of it. I'll take that. Not a bad trade. Okay, so but it does cost. It does cost war spoils, though. I forgot about that. Keep selected units for 80, or do I decide? Oh, wait, I can decide later? Right. I forgot that they could. This culture could do this. So until the turn ends. I don't know if this guy is worth keeping. Not for 80. Not when I'm going to have dragoons. Although, it is a charge unit, a shock unit. The dragoon's a skirmisher. I can't really get shock units any other way, so it might still be worth keeping. Sure, I'll accept the quest. There's really never any harm in not accepting those. Yeah, how do I get back to the battle post-battle screen for that menu? I totally forgot that it costs the war spoils. Now, I did get a lot of war spoils for that battle, but they're a little hard to come by, and I think I would rather use them on cannons, honestly. So it's sort of a hard call. These guys didn't move, so at least I don't... may not have to worry about them, although it's possible the moment I take the city I have to worry about them. I do have my dragoons on the way. Probably kind of want to build another one. Spell's ready to cast. I'm going to go ahead and cast Scorch the Land here. Come on. Target a province. There you go. There we go. Now I can build a farm here. That gets me down closer to the other layer of silk. I'm going to want plenty of quarries because both the layer of silk and the enchanted den give me mana per quarry in city domain. So, going to definitely want those. What do we have here? Pillaging a province takes -1 turn and yields 20%. Yeah, that's a good one. It's definitely one I want. And also Mines Grant plus 10 mana. That's just always a good one to have too. There goes all my Imperium. Alright, I think they're pretty much on their last legs here. Oh wait, what am I doing? I should be pillaging. I just got the upgrade for it. Although, I kind of am going to be taking the city, so I don't know if I want to pillage everything in it. Maybe just pillage a little. Just a little pillaging, and that'll be okay. Just the units that need the help, basically. Except for Steve. He's gotta stay where he's at to keep the siege going. Maybe we'll pillage the quarry instead of the mine, because I just got the thing that mines grant you more mana. So this seems a little bit better to pillage. I think I might also get some war spoils for pillaging. I don't remember for sure. I haven't played the Reavers a lot yet. I just learned the basics. Okay, they are all in range. I'm gonna... Yeah, they're 1, 2, 3. Yep, everybody's close enough that we're all good. And I don't think anyone else is injured, so... Yep, looks good. Go ahead and siege that down. It'll give them a little extra health. I want to see what kind of infestation is over here. Another derelict workshop. These spawn at a bizarrely high rate. I almost think it's a bug. Washington, D.C. produced a bathhouse, everyone. There is now officially a bathhouse in Washington, D.C. Alright, I still need to wait a turn on that conduit. We'll probably, in the meantime, grab maybe the armory. I think the armory doesn't do me, it doesn't do me like a ton of good, because I can't really afford to be producing units nonstop anyway, although my gold is looking a little bit better now. But that's mostly just from recent battles. I guess I will take the armory, because in the long run I am going to be making more units as I can afford it. And I actually am going to go ahead and make another Dragoon. Actually, you know what? While I've got the war spoils, let's go ahead and crank out a Mage-Lock Cannon. Just to get one on the field. They're just too much fun to not have. Do I want a Dark Knight Shock unit? I wish I could look at this unit's details a little more closely. Oh, hang on. Collected. Okay, what do these guys have? They get Overwhelmed Tactics, which I can't benefit from, but they are resistant and hardy. Start with an extra rank. I'm going to take this just because I have literally no other charging shock units aside from the dogs that I'm summoning, but this would give me a more powerful one. So I'll keep it. I feel like this might be a little bit of a mistake, but I'll take it. Hey, I got the achievement for it. I've never actually captured an enemy unit with this culture before. Probably because I was forgetting to do it in my single-player games. My friend Joel is the one who mostly taught me how to... Hey, hang on, where'd this guy come from? That army, that wandering army, just kind of evolve out of nowhere? I'm gonna have to deal with them. I guess I'm glad I picked up the shock unit. So I'm gonna need all the firepower I can get to take that army out. They probably came from that derelict workshop. But yeah, like I was saying, most of what I know about the Reaver culture is from talking to my buddy Joel about it. I haven't had a lot of time to play with them in single-player games myself, other than a few little practice games that I only played for like 15 turns just to get off to a good start. I can at least get the Dragoon in on this battle, but I definitely want to take the city first. This should be easy. There's only one unit. So we'll just auto that. Yep, I'm fine with that. Gives me more war spoils, and we're going to... Oh, I need... Crap, I need Imperium to do that, that's right. Okay. Well, we'll have to wait while my Imperium piles up a bit. get the next wizard tower level upgrade. I might want to hurry that along. I guess it doesn't really matter, because no matter what, I'm going to have to wait a few turns before I can absorb that city anyway. Bit of a bummer. Maybe should have held off on those Empire upgrades. I have a tendency to forget that it takes Imperium to found another city. Alright, well, I need to deal with this little mess, so let's take care of that. Definitely want the Dragoon in on this one. So we'll move one army down here. I will probably give that to Steve's group eventually, but for now I just need him to get close enough. The question is, who am I going to leave out of this fight? Who is not that useful? Honestly, probably the Merc. Yeah, probably the Merc. He's injured too, so... Or, we'll leave out the injured Harrier, I think. The Merc can still be good because it has that shove thing it can do. Alright. It says safe battle. I'm sure it's gonna get something killed. Yeah, it got a few things killed that don't need to die. I don't think the AI handles auto combat against these kinds of units very well. They probably all like gather up around that furnace, for example, not even considering that it dumps lava when you hit it. Okay. Golden Golem. These guys are not as powerful as they used to be, in my opinion. They used to have a multi-hit attack instead of that one single swipe cleave thing. I think their multi-hit was more dangerous, but yeah, if you can surround them, they're not normally a huge problem, as long as you can avoid, as long as you can rely more on range. Touching them will still gild your units, can still gild your units, turn them into gold. Alright, we're not very fast though, so I don't have to worry about that. Nothing here really is. I think I can kind of line up. The only kind of problem is this guy in the back. He's got a good range attack. And a, no, that actually doesn't reach as far as I was thinking it does. For some reason I was thinking these guys had like a really long range option, but maybe they don't. In any case, I'm going to pull everyone kind of together in the middle of the battlefield, just so I have as much firepower all in one place as possible. Got my Dragoons on the field, which is super exciting. I love these guys. Let's move up a little bit more here, because those guys need healing. These guys need just a little bit. Get the dogs up front like usual. Those hounds are just, it's so nice to have just a swarm of extra units in every battle. It makes such a huge difference, especially for a culture like this that really benefits a lot from basically having meat shields. Alright. Okay, I got kind of units stuck behind other units here, so I'm gonna move forward as much as I can and worry about lining up properly on the next turn, I think. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to move a little bit. Oh, wait. That'll happen on a single turn. I thought that I had a chance to respond, or either that or I just didn't notice the mark on the map until it was too late. That was a little strange. Did I seriously... Was there a mark there and I just didn't see it, or did that all happen on one turn? Because if so, that's on me if I missed it, but didn't think I did. Alright, well, let's get this guy out of the way before he becomes a problem, because he's kind of in the middle of everything anyway. Although I can't really hit him with much. I think I may need to back off and recover, honestly, a little bit. Although I don't want to wait too long, because these things will just get their acid spray back. Now I need to back up and form a proper line. This is a mess, the way that I've been approached here. I can get this guy down and help with healing for the units that are more direly injured. After that recent unpleasantness. Yeah, get back here. Not sure how far that guy can run, but it's not very far. I don't think he can actually reach anything from there, because he's got to go around those rocks. Maybe I can trick him into going after the hound. I'd be fine with that. Although, you know what? I think he'll just charge me, because he can't do anything else. Alright. Reform a better line here. I'll have Steve wait on that mark target of his. I know he could use it here, but I want him to use it when I know like what I'm going to be shooting at. Although I guess it does come back after 2 turns, so I may as well. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. We'll start stacking it on the enemies now. Alright, let's get you guys out of here. You are not looking so good. They will heal a bit on their own, though. So will these guys. And I'll back them off too. I know the dogs are on fire and almost dead, but they still have the capability to mark something and break its guard. So I'm okay with that. Alright, I'm not super thrilled with him being right there though. Yeah, I don't really want the Iron Golem coming swinging after the Harrier. I'm okay with him being where he's at, but maybe do that. Alright. Yeah, at least all those units down there have regen. Okay, I like this a little better. This is a better setup. I want to get rid of him before he becomes a problem, so we're going to use designate target on this guy. Oh wait, he can't be distracted. Oh, that's a little bit of a problem. Can he be immobilized? No. I can at least get him to... No, he's got first strike too. Ah, okay. These guys may be a little more challenging than I gave them credit for. Can't even be marked. Why can't I mark that guy? That doesn't make sense. I mean, I know he's got control loss immunity, can't be berserked and dominated. I understand why he can't be distracted, because he's a construct. Oh, he's just immune to all negative status effects. Okay, that's what's going on. Didn't realize they had total status effect immunity. Well, when in doubt, shoot it a bunch. I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do. I probably need to try to immobilize these guys in the back. Just to keep them off of me for a second. While I just shoot this guy with everything that I have. And I guess I'm not doing a small amount of damage. That was 25 damage right there, so that's not bad. Is there any way I can... Not really. I could do Fury of the Horde, but no, that only affects Tier 1 units. Okay, well, I guess, yeah, just shoot it a bunch with everything and everyone. Use all the firepower. Oh, we don't need to graze on a 90. Come on now. I just don't want him turning a bunch of stuff to gold. That's not good. Can shoot him with the Dragoon. May be able to use a spell to damage him some. Blaze of the Horde can be good if I surround him first. I'd need to get more friendlies around him though, but I could do that easily enough. Let's continue to whittle him down as much as I can. Using all my firepower to kill one guy. I'm gonna have these guys shoot them instead. I think Blaze of the Horde will be enough to finish this thing off if I move the right units next to him. I'm going to start with the Hounds. I can add the Spider too if I need to. Let's see if that's enough to do it. Almost. I think one more unit. Getting one more unit next to him, it should be enough. It's probably going to have to be the Spider, which is a little bit of a problem because I've immobilized that guy. And the Spider would end up sitting right next to it. I think I will instead do this. Or is there anybody else that could hit it? Even like an archer in the back, like you could do it, I think. If you can even just graze him, that would probably be enough. Okay, now I think I can get it. Yes, get out of here. Okay, now that the elephant in the room is gone, I can focus on other things. Now I can start messing these other guys up. In fact, I want those dogs to go run down this thing. I know it will probably kill one of them, but that's okay. Now, I was going to try to immobilize these guys, I think. Immobilize and mark them, yeah. Who's left? That thing is a little bit of a problem. I think I'm going to distract it with the dog. Looks like I could mark it and sunder its defense. And if I do this from back here... crap. Alright, well, you know what? That still kind of forces it to deal with the dog. And I think it probably will. In the meantime, I'm going to back these guys up and try to mark this one. It gives me a little bit of bonus damage against these things. Okay, the spider can actually come help now. Not gonna do that. I'm gonna have the Dragoons go kind of try to start messing that guy up a little bit. Alright. I was hoping that you'd focus more on the dog. Okay, I'm getting targeted back here again by more volcanic stuff. I need you guys to get in close and melee that thing. I need to get this guy away from the roving furnace. He's going to take a hit from it when he does move away. I can't hit the roving furnace until they move. I would like to heal them, but I don't know if I can. Because I've already used that, and I can't use it for another turn. I think the first situation I need to... Oh wait, I can get a dog out and hit him. Okay, good. First situation I need to deal with is probably just moving this guy away from the furnace. I've got other stuff that can fight the furnace, shoot at it and whatnot, but I need to get him away from it first. Before I move him away from it, I need to get rid of this thing. I would rather have this guy go out here and pin... Actually, if I do this, I think I pin this thing down. Yeah, I think that thing's pinned now. Okay, then I'm going to have this dog kill that thing so that he can take a step away. He will take a hit, but I think he'll survive. Oh, but he's burning. Might have to have him retreat just to get him out of the battle so he doesn't burn to death. Yeah, he's only got 2 health left, so he needs to go. Yeah, that's... Well, hang on. Let's wait until the end of my turn, because that'll take a morale penalty. I think it... So, nearby units lose morale. The unit will lose health and move points after the battle. Retreating your last unit will cause you to lose the battle. If you lose, it'll either die. I'm not sure if it'll die from losing health points. I don't think I don't retreat units in these situations very often. Maybe if I can finish the battle on this turn. I don't think I can, though. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted them to shoot. This is the guy I wanted to move. I'm gonna need a lot of stacks of marked on that thing. At least this one I can designate target. Well, it can't be distracted, but I can at least mark it. I don't know, I might be able to take that thing out pretty quickly. Alright, that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna mark this guy. Just do as much damage with as much range as I can. Should have more than enough. Watch your step. Actually, we'll have you maybe shoot first. Oh yeah, because he can do even more marking. So I definitely want that. And then Steve can probably finish it off. Yeah. Here we go. Pikes can finish these guys off, no trouble. Means I can move these guys up. Mark him. Allowing these guys increased chance to hit, or I could just go You know, they have first strike, so I'll just shoot them. Although I probably want to shoot them with, like, these guys instead. That way they can move up on that severing golem. Okay, I think getting there... I am still going to have to retreat this guy. It's the only possible way he lives. I don't know if he'll die because of this one right here. The unit loses health and move points after battle, but hopefully it just takes him down to 1 and no less. Yeah, we'll wait until the next turn. I don't think this thing can move on this turn, so I'm probably okay. You should probably step out of the volcanic line of fire, though. Okay, I think pretty much everybody is done moving. These guys can come around a little further, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and just end the turn there. Yeah, he couldn't do anything at all. Now I can get like 5 stacks of marked on him between all the dogs and the harriers. Yeah, he's in trouble now. That's a 100% chance to hit. We'll take that. Okay, so yes, my guy lives. He had to retreat, but he lives. Which is good. I didn't really want to lose my brand new unit that I just spent 80 war spoils on just to get a shock unit. Okay, that was all a lot during these last couple turns. But I think I've secured my spot here. It's now mostly a matter of holding Grimerise. Actually, everybody should probably retreat into here so that they can get some much-needed heals. Yeah, that goes for you too, pal. And now I just have to wait until I have enough Imperium to get that. Maybe I'll get lucky and an event will show up. Did this guy have anything good? He had a Lance, Giant's Bane, a health booster, Ring of Resistance. Yeah, I'll take it all. Can use the money anyway. And see if there's anything new that Steve can take advantage of. Probably want that in mail. That's better armor for him, but I will take that Ring of Resistance. And the extra health, for sure. Chestplate of Vitality, is it worth it? +2 defense. Yeah, you know what? I think that is a little better. Even though, well, actually, hang on. It says this is a tier 3. This is only giving 1 defense and charge resistance. As well as Quillhide, melee attacker sustain. Honestly, I think even though this is a tier 3, I think I'd rather have this tier 2 on him. Because I'm not really letting him take charge attacks anyway, so yeah, I'll take it. I don't care what the number is. If one looks like it'll work better than the other, I'll use it. Alright, what else do I want to give Steve's army? I also get a signature skill upgrade for him as well on this turn. Do I want to give him martial expertise? Do I want to get him, work on getting him killing momentum? I think I probably should stick with some of these bonuses, like defensive training, endurance, and even especially precision training, which would turn these guys into proper snipers. Yeah, I'll probably work down this tree a little bit further. And then what do we want for this? Okay, warding bond. Damage sustained by the target friendly unit is transferred to this unit. That's not good for Steve. Probably summon animal, actually, just to get the extra free summon. Yeah, I'll take an animal summon. That also gets me more nature affinity, which I'm not going to get a whole lot of, so we'll take it. Now Steve can summon a tier 3. So that just makes more free combat summons, which is great. I already have quite a few with those Hound Masters, but I'll take the extras. So, Derelict Workshop here, Great Bird Nest there, Derelict Workshop there. Holy crap, the east side of this map is an absolute mess. Let's kind of sneak this guy up this way a little. Cautiously moving him forward to see what I can spot on the other side of this mountain range. I see scroll pickup over there. And yes, I know the city awaits its fate. I can't do anything about that right now. You guys really are sending more, okay. What a mess. What a great big mess. Oh. Mage-Lock Cannon is going to... I could hurry production of it for full gold, but honestly, it's going to cost more than that with the upkeep for an extra turn. I don't know if it's worth it. You know what? Yeah. When you're 4 gold away, I'll generally take it. It did cut my mana income down into the negatives, so I'm going to need to stop building more units for a bit, but at least I can get one of these things out on the field, so I'm happy with that. I need to take care of it, though, because war spoils are a limited and valuable resource right now. Okay, I do want the monolith. Mana's a little tight right now, and I'm going to need it before long. But also really do want the next wizard tower upgrade as well. Can't afford it, though. I only have 100 mana, so I guess we're getting the monolith. I could take that out for some extra gold. Although I really need a lot of these units to just chill and heal for a minute. This, though, I could handle. I've got enough that are in good enough shape. Okay, let's do it. We'll bring Steve and his firing squad over here. And I'll leave the spider. Yeah, we'll leave the spider with this group. There's maybe some hidden units. No, that's literally it. Okay, well, that's easy pickings then. No. That's not worth it. Really only took the, oh, there's that extra mana that I wanted. I really only took the Dark Knight, not because I really wanted one that badly, but simply because I didn't have it, and I don't have another way of getting shock units right now, but the Bone Wyvern is not, that's not worth it, in my opinion. Not for 40 war spoils. Eventually I'll have a ton of war spoils once I start fighting the dragons more, but as long as I'm fighting these independent armies, there's not going to be that many. Okay, I'm going to drop that Warhound from Steve's group. We're going to add the Dragoon to his group. And you guys can stay there. And they can stay there and continue to heal. That was a major kind of oversight on my part of not considering that I needed to have extra Imperium on hand for that city. Okay, there's more of Yellow's stuff. And hopefully this is a free pickup. It does look like it is. Alright, cool. Gets me closer to guided projectiles. Also, I can go ahead and get Sundering Blades active. So I may as well do that before guided projectiles is finished, because that's definitely one I'm going to want as soon as possible. And more invading forces from more city-states, or infestations. spending more time fighting derelict workshops than I am dragons, but the point was to fight dragons. Now, once I get Grimerise, I should be able to do a lot more to increase the size of my military. I know I did accept a quest up there. Don't know if I'll ever get around to that, but yeah, I just tend to accept those because there doesn't seem to be any consequences for not doing them if you don't finish it in time. Okay, now I want to add the cannon to Steve's group. So, there we go. I really like Steve's army. He kind of needs backup to, you know, cover the flanks and handle melee stuff, but that's a really freaking good army. And then I think what I can do is I can kind of pool the Harriers together and have an all-cavalry unit here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And I'm one turn away from being able to absorb that city. There's not really any way to speed up the process of gaining Imperium. So you just kind of have to deal with it. I will put these Harriers together, I think. Actually, it doesn't matter. They can be mixed up. Alright, can you edge a little bit forward? I would love to find some more pickups. I probably shouldn't worry too much more about the dragons seeing me. Because two of them have already found me. They don't seem to be going after me. So they're probably fighting the others. Okay, got everything I could get down here. I keep trying to click through that. I just need to right-click it away. Spell ready, Sundering Blades. Let's take that. New Rally of the Lieges. I'm not going to worry about that right now. And another infestation. I think that's 3 infestations sending invading forces at me, from what I've just seen. This one, that might be the army that's headed my way. I may need to get more units down there more quickly to cut them off. Yeah, I'm going to move them south just in case they're needed down there. Okay, Monolith is close to being done. How close is this city to growing again? One more turn? Alright, so I need to get another farm ready, which means casting Scorch the Land again. I'll actually have it ready ahead of time this time. And a new Empire Development skill, but I don't want it because as much as that, as nice as this would be to have, I need to absorb the city. Migrate to the IRS. Yes, I do not care about my alignment. Yep, that group's definitely heading at me, so I'm going to need to cut them off. Alright, so I know this army's good, although I'm going to leave them in that territory for a minute. I want... probably... yeah, this army's fine. I'm going to add the my one remaining pikeman to that group. These 2 Harriers will kind of be extras. I need to keep the spider around because I want him to evolve. Steve's army is going to go here. And this army can go kind of here. Dragon's very close to spotting my little scout here. They might see it. like him to stick to the edges of the map for now. The nice thing is that even if one of the dragons sees me, he'll only share my position and knowledge of my existence with the other dragons on his team. So there's probably... I'm not going to like be revealed to everybody on the same turn, unless, of course, both teams spot me at the same time. I wonder if maybe I should consider putting walls on that outpost. I don't know. It's kind of just a placeholder spot right now. I think I'll leave it. I can take it back easily enough if these guys grab it. But I'm pretty sure I can cut them off before they do. Yeah, we'll at least get palisades, I guess. There's enough territory for my city to expand in other directions that that'll probably stay a fort for the entire game. So I don't have to have city borders out on that spot. I can go this way instead. There's more stuff over here anyway. Okay. Go to the next turn, I guess. Oh, they're coming up more north, heading my direction. Revel without a cause. Your steward insisted you hold a formal feast for your distinguished subjects. Unsurprisingly, the event is tedious and insipid. I don't want to lose gold on a 50-50. I also don't want to lose city stability. I like this. People are laughing and drinking everywhere in Washington, D.C. This kind of checks out. I think I'm going to take this chaos crisis and lose just 11 city stability. I'm not going to roll the 50-50 and spend money, so... hopefully that didn't impact Washington, D.C. too harshly. Yeah, they're still pretty happy. Okay. Let's go ahead and scorch the land here. And add another farm. And I also have a conduit there now, which is really nice. Although I guess I kind of had to have that to build the monolith, didn't I? What next? Maybe a wizard tower, because I still want more cities. I'm gonna need extra Imperium, although that is gonna cost pretty much all my mana on this turn. And I do want to get guided projectiles up, so we're not going to build the wizard tower on this turn. Instead, let's grab a stonemason, I guess. Just keep growing the city. And do I want another dragoon? The answer is yes, but can I afford it? In the long run, yes, because I'm going to be getting another city, so I think I'm going to go ahead and grab another one. These guys are really good. Cool, Mental Mark did pop up. I was hoping for that, so let's grab it. It'll be very useful in combat going forward. And if these guys are going to come charging at me, I might stay here because the other infestations that have sent stuff after me are here, and I think here or here. It was one of those ones, but they're all kind of around Grimerise. Although I would love to take the fight to them and just break them where they are. I don't know. Is it worth leaving Grimerise to go after these other city-states or other infestations surrounding me, or should I kind of hold ground and defeat this current wave? Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments, because I need to wrap this episode up here anyway, but I hope you enjoyed this one. This one was a lot of chaos, a lot of fighting, but we made some progress. My only major mistake and criticism of my own gameplay in this one is failing to recognize that I needed to save Imperium to incorporate Grimerise into my city or into my empire. A little bit of a mistake there on my part, but yeah, it happens. I'm sure there are plenty of other mistakes you guys will point out to me in the comments, but hey, that's what I rely on you guys for, keeping me honest and keeping me informed. I know I've said this before, but I swear I've learned so much more about Age of Wonders from you guys than I have from even just playing the game on my own. You guys have been a massive help in helping me improve at the game, and I appreciate your continued support in that regard. But thanks so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed that episode. I'll be back next week with another, and until then, I will see you next time. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Blitz, Brayden, Dawson Horner, Jimbro, Roderick, Sarah Feingold, and Tibby and Army. Thanks so much, everybody.